What's the main aim of the firm Naturcomposit? What type of products would you like to manufacture?
Well, we have a lot of ideas in mind. We've made researches with biopolymer materials. We would also like to manufacture specific products like furniture doors and bicycles. We would like to also get involved in the development of other special products in the future.
When and how came the idea to make researches with biocomposite materials?
The idea itself came a long time ago, approximately 14 or 15 years before. Special composite materials raised my interest that disintegrate in nature, and as a result, nature remains unharmed in the long term. So like I've said, the idea itself is pretty old, but we've taken concrete actions only in the past 3 or 4 years.
You have mentioned tourism. Why did you choose Hédervár as a location?
We have considered a lot of aspects in connection with Hédervár as a location. From one hand, it is situated halfway between the city of Győr and Mosonmagyaróvár. On the other hand, it was also important that industrial current supply was available with the amperage of 200 amps that is not available anywhere else in the region. Our machinery and equipment require a huge amount of power to function. Another interesting thing is that a bicycle route connects the city of Győr and Szigetköz together. Also, the local equestrian tourism is pretty important, and to preserve the traditions in connection with horse riding, which really interests me. And last but not least, the factory itself is a building from the 17th century, located in a nice area. To be more precise, it was part of the yard that belonged to the castle a long time ago. Not far in the back of our yard is the Kont tree, which is a sightseeing attraction. Since we'd like to get involved with tourism, the location itself was also pretty important.
What is this material capable of that you have performed researches with?
Material can be used in many areas. For example, in the automotive industry, it is getting more and more important to develop and to produce environmentally friendly vehicles. We're not supposed to harm our environment. Biopolymers are very similar to many plastic types, but they disintegrate in nature. Their chemical structure is very similar. So, for example, it can be expanded like bubble plastic. These expandable polyamide-like materials, such as polyfoam or maybe coils, due to its similarity, it could be used as a material for vehicle interior carpets or seating, to create solid and aesthetic materials that disintegrate with time in nature. Currently, we have used these materials mainly for our bows and arches. A few years ago came the idea to replace glass fiber and epoxy with biocomposite materials. We've achieved tremendous success, and it is known all over the world by the people involved with archery. With the help of biopolymers, we have managed to replace the best synthetic composite materials. However, our original goal was to create bicycle frames from biopolymers.
Úgyhogy nagyon-nagyon bevált, és kiváltottuk vele a legtöbb szintetikus kompozitanyagot, de az eredeti ötletünk egyébként az volt ezzel.
Our original idea was to create bicycle frames. Our first model was made over 10 years ago, which was made of laminated, colored exotic wood. But later we did not work on the project for years until 3 or 4 years ago, when we received an opportunity here in Hédervár, with the help of many people, to make this place available and to start thinking about moving here with the machinery and hardware to develop biopolymers.
Újra nekifogtam, és aztán olyan szinten elkezdett érdekelni, hogy körülbelül 4 éve megvettük ezt a helyet néhány embernek a közreműködésével, segítségével, támogatásával, és gyakorlatilag itt szeretnénk elkezdeni a biokompozit kerékpárvázaknak a fejlesztését, illetve a gyártását. Ettől független azért próbálkoztunk olyan dolgokkal is, mint például a konyhabútor ajtófrontok, és egyéb ilyen termékek, például tálcák, akár gyors éttermekbe, vagy bármilyen hasonlók, vagy például villanykapcsoló keretek, ugyanis egy egész érdekes, például tehát villamosan szigetel ez az anyag, és tehát ezért gondoltunk ilyenekre, hogy például a villamos kapcsoló keretek, de egyéb bármilyen más dologra is alkalmas lehet tulajdonképpen ez a jelenleg is fejlesztésre alatt álló biokompozit anyag.
A kerékbárokban mi lesz még az egyedi a felhasznált anyagokon kívül?
What components of the bike are going to be unique apart from the materials used?
Magát az alapanyagot szerettük volna.
At first we only wanted to introduce the new material with the help of bicycles, but conventionally the way I am, I got tangled up in the secrets of bicycles. However, I did not have any connections to it earlier. But practically our bikes are not a composition of tubes anymore. From this material, we did not create tubes as it is made usually from steel and aluminum or carbon. Instead, we've adjusted the whole structure and shape to the material at some level.
Hanem az anyaghoz igazítottuk egy kicsit az egésznek a felépítését és a formáját is valamilyen szinten. Ez azt jelenti, hogy bár üreges bévül ez az anyag, hogy könnyebb legyen, de...
This also means that the interior structure of the material is hollow, so it weighs less, but many materials with different characteristic features are laminated on top of each other, so practically the bike is a bike with laminated frame. The frame itself can be exotic wood or a special multi-layered bamboo, and on top of it we laminate a new different composite or biocomposite material with different cross-sections. So in the end, the whole bike has a frame structure with high flexibility. That means it has a partially stiff or solid frame, and the frame that can absorb the problems caused by uneven surfaces or rub in a special way, as the whole bike in its full length acts flexible.
Nagyon érdekes módon tudja elnyelni, ugyanis teljes hosszába rugalmasan viselkedik.
Milyen további kutatások lesznek a biopolimer anyagok?
What further researches are planned with biopolymer or biocomposite materials in the future?
Actually, we performed researches with different types of biopolymers many years ago. One of the most exciting material is a material very similar to ceramics, but practically we don't build up ceramics as a material, as many would think. We don't burn it. Instead, we use a chemical process. This means that practically this is a calcium albuminate, like the seashells in nature. So essentially it is a substance from whey proteins and different metal oxides and also different materials. With the help of these, we managed to create a spectacular and exciting material with special firmness, appearance, beauty and other characteristic features that are very enticing.
Tudtunk annyira látványos és érdekes anyagot csinálni, hogy a szilárdsága, a megjelenése, a szépsége és egyéb tulajdonságai nagyon kecsegtetőek.
Another exciting material is to substitute carbon. Carbon has a feature that it is very flexible and very light. The only drawback of it is the fact that it can burst into pieces very easily. By the way, carbon fiber is a plastic fiber which is practically carbonized with a special process in a suitable environment. We also try to achieve the same goal by chemical processes. We've extracted water from vegetable fiber, and the result was the carbon frame of it only, that has a weight of 0.9 gram per cubic centimeters compared to the weight of carbon, that is 1.7 gram per cubic centimeter. Another interesting feature is that it has a special internal fiber structure, with stiffness also preserved. It's also flexible material like carbon, but not so fragile and weighs less. So this can also be a very exciting material in the future that could be used in industrial production as well. To continue with, spider silk may sound shocking at first, but it's also a material that is very thrilling and is in limelight by many.
Szálas anyag lehet a jövőben, és ráadásul ez még iparilag gyártható is lenne. Aztán, ami még izgalmas lehet, az egy első meghökkentő dolog lehet. Ugye sokan érdeklődtek a pók sejem után.
Spider silk as a material is very difficult to gather. It's not like milking a cow. Gathering or extracting this fiber material from spiders is very complicated, unless 3-meter high spiders are breeded on an island. Another idea was to inject goats genetically with genes from spiders, which is bizarre and eerie for me. In my opinion, this is not the path, as poor spiders also do an interesting thing with silk. They make cross braces or cross fabrics from the fluxing whey proteins, and as a result the firmness of the material is defined. We've tried to approach the problem from another angle. We've gathered whey protein that is produced by spiders from another source. To be exact, we've extracted the substance from cattle blood, so it is gathered from blood. This whey protein is called fibrin, and this protein is a tremendously strong material that has very interesting features.
Ez a fibrin nevű fehérje, ez egy iszonyatosan erős anyag, és nagyon érdekes tulajdonságai vannak. Mégpedig az az egyik érdekes tulajdonság, hogy hő hatására nem...
Specifically, it has a feature that it does not collapse because of heat, like most of the whey proteins. Instead, with heat, it can be reticulated, and it becomes an unbelievably waterproof and brewing-resistant material. And that is not all. There is another very strong material with high firmness called sapphire.
Ez az anyag, ez gyakorlatilag egy alumínium oxid, és ez az
This material is practically an aluminum oxide that is way stronger than carbon. It is multiple times flexible, with multiple times higher tensile strength than carbon. This means that it can be 10 times stronger from different aspects. Unfortunately, this material is terribly expensive and also very complicated to produce. It is possible almost at microscopical level. Since we are thinking at microscopical level, it was not a problem to add aluminum oxide to this blood fibrin that has importance in the process of reticulation. Also at cross braces. The result is a terrifically strong and very resistant material that exceeds any imagination.
Iszonyatosan erős és nagyon ellenálló anyagot, ami minden képzetet felülmúl. Tehát ezzel az anyaggal is...
We've made researches with the up-mentioned material as well, but since these researches required a huge amount of investment and also professional equipment, machinery, we've completely suspended them and started to create different materials from different whey types. An interesting and possibly suitable material can be soy and corn whey. After a special conversion process, the firmness can be increased to an extent that it is fully compatible with modern composite materials. This is important because 7 or 8 years ago, when I've started to work on these questions, so to work with biopolymers, I tried to get a sample of a material called PLA from Canada and France. PLA is a material created from vegetable alcohol fermented from corn or other vegetable remainders. During fermentation, different specific alcohol types arise that in reaction with acids result in various plastic materials with ester bond.
Növényi alkohol, tehát egy erjesztési folyamat, mondjuk lehet ez kukorica vagy bármilyen növényi maradvány, és ugye ennek az erjesztése során keletkeznek bizonyos alkoholok, és hogyha ezeket savakkal reagáltatják, akkor különböző ilyen észterkötésű műanyagok jönnek létre. Csak az volt az egy baj ezzel az anyaggal.
There was a problem with the material. However, we've successfully received the sample in granule form, ready for injection molding, and had plans to manufacture trays for fast food restaurants or any other packaging material that can later be thrown away and also disintegrate in nature. That was a mistake, as the material is only viable if it is mixed with plastic. Primarily, it is usually tainted or mixed with polypropylene, but we were also disappointed in soy-based expanded materials as well.
Habosított anyagokban, mert ott is gyakorlatilag műanyaggal keverték. Ezt egy másik ország próbáltuk beszerezni, és akkor határoztam meg.
Practically, they are also mixed with plastic. We've tried to gather samples from it from another country. And that was the point when I've decided to walk on my path and try to achieve results on my own. We've managed to create fiber material from corn and soy, and these materials not simply soften in heat, instead they unite the features of thermoplastic and reticulated composite materials. And also a lot of products could be manufactured from these materials that can be interesting. Their price and quality ratio is competitive and viable.
Hogyan és mikor lehet majd hozzájutni a háttérben látható?
When and how can we purchase the bicycle that can be seen in the background?
Well, we need a lot of things so that this biocomposite bike is available on the market. First of all, we need extensive testing to ensure that the behavior and feature of the bike in different scenarios and environments are fully satisfactory. Another thing, we not only like to create the frame of the bike, we have innovative ideas about new drive trays and wheels as well. We'd like to come to the spotlight with a few new prototypes, at least by the end of spring next year. Probably production would not yet be started by then, but we'd like to participate in a lot of exhibitions and shows.
Úgyhogy mindenképpen még néhány prototípussal majd meg fogunk jelenni, illetve elő fogunk állítani néhány újdonságot még, és várhatóan valószínű, hogy a jövő év tavaszán legkésőbb majd, ha nem is a gyártás, de legalább különféle kiállításokon szeretnénk vele részt venni, és illetve megjelenni.
Lesznek különböző modellek, stílusok ebből a kerékpárból?
Hát igen, ugye egyrészt szükségszerű, hogy...
Will there be multiple types of models available from this bike?
Yes, it is necessary on one hand to have multiple models due to different sizes or custom orders. We are also thinking about frames for men and women, and last but not least, children. Apart from these, we had a lot of plans about the physical appearance of the bike, so we would like to introduce minimum 3 different models to the market. The frames will be available in different shapes, but basically they are flexibly built up from biopolymers, but I'm also interested in every material with high firmness indicators. We're planning to make an ultra-modern frame that is not mandatorily constructed from biopolymers. This model will soon be available for testing.
És viszonylag újszerű megoldás. Tehát ez miatt van egy olyan gondolat is, hogy nem csak szigorúan a biopolimerek gondolata mentén indulunk el, hanem gyakorlatilag egy ilyen szupermodern vázat is terveztünk, és nem sokára az is majd kipróbálható állapotba kerül. Így gyakorlatilag az a lényege, hogy egy olyan...
The main idea behind it is the unique technology that was probably not seen in the industry before. A frame that is lighter than aluminum and carbon, but at the same time stiffer, also absorbing vibration at a higher level. A frame that is highly torsion resistant, that is suitable to absorb vibration caused by uneven surfaces. This is also an interesting field.
A különböző rázkodásokat, úthibákat elnyelő biciklivázat, kerékpárvázat lehet nyerni, tehát ez is egy izgalmas terület.
Ki lenne a megcélzott szegmens, akiknek ajánlaná ezt a típusú?
What is the target market? Who are the targeted customers to buy these bicycles?
Due to the shape of the frame, we thought about selling these bikes as mountain bikes, as they are really flexible, like a Rocky Mountain goat, and the materials used reflect that it is a stylish and elegy bike. So this is the main reason why we are not building barriers around the bike like it is only a mountain bike. We wanted to create a bicycle that is a good all-arounder, but one would purchase it also because of its special appearance, the beauty of the materials used, and also importantly, the innovative technology behind it.
Körülmények között megállja a helyét, de mégiscsak inkább az miatt venné meg valaki, hogy megfogja az anyagnak a szépsége, a különleges felépítése, megjelenése, és nem utolsó sorban benne felhasznált minőségi technika.